Καλησπέρα κυρίες και κύριοι, βρισκόμαστε στο Hellenic Center, στο event Cyprus Cinema Series που διοργανώνει η Κυπριακή Ύπατη Αρμοστεία της Κύπρου στο Λονδίνο και στην προβολή της ταινίας Πώς.
So, and we are here for this Sunday after a very successful screening of Cypriot cinema, short films, and this film as well, at the Encounters Film Festival in Bristol. The event was on Friday. It went really well. We had filmmakers from Cyprus. It was a huge success, and we were very proud to be able to present Cypriot filmmaking, contemporary Cypriot filmmaking, in one of the biggest and most high esteemed film festivals in the UK. Now, about today's film. Tόνια Μισαλή, the director and producer and writer of the film, is with us today. We're very lucky to have here with us today. And please stay after the screening for a Q&A with Tonia and a reception to follow. I'm going to say a few things about the film and then just let you enjoy it. So the film premiered at Carlo Vivari Film Festival and has been officially selected in more than 35 international film festivals, including Cairo, Leeds, Stockholm, Thessaloniki, Santa Barbara, Seattle, Glasgow, Sofia, and Transylvania. The film was also selected in the program Europe Voices of Women in Film at the Sydney Film Festival 2019, where 10 films by Europe's most exciting women directors were presented. Πώς also received multiple awards, including the Presi Prize for Best Film by the International Federation of Film Critics at the Thessaloniki Film Festival, and was also nominated for Best First-Time Director and Best Actress at the Hellenic Film Academy Iris Awards 2019. It has already been released, it's going to be released theatrically in Cyprus, US, and Greece. Most recently, Πώς was announced as among 50 films across Europe eligible for 5 nominations at the European Film Awards 2019. Now, to me, Πώς reverses the canonical forms of gender representation. Behind the oppressive and secluded microcosm of the protagonist's tedious and hopeless life lies Tόνια Μισαλής powerful directorial female gaze. And I highlight the female gaze. Today you will witness a renewed way of seeing the world, from a woman's perspective, precisely as a woman wants to show it. To me, Πώς is a feminist fantasy, but not like Thelma and Louise. It does not resort in Hollywood fireworks and explosions, but in a deep-rooted female agony which embraces her gender and sexuality as much as her determination to escape patriarchy's ancient old incarceration. Enjoy it.
Και να σκεφτείς ότι όταν μου τον προξένεψαν, χαιρόμουν που θα ξεφεύγα από τον πατέρα μου.
Που να ξέρεις ότι ήταν να αφήσεις που τον ένα δυνάστη.
Πού ήσουν?
Και να βρεις άλλο χειρότερο.
Πού ήσουν, είπα?
Ποτέ δεν μου είπε μια καλή κουβέντα. Ποτέ δεν μου έδωσε μια αγκαλιά, ούτε εμένα ούτε της Ειρήνης. Λέω να πάω στο κομμωτήριο σήμερα. Να βάψω τα μαλλιά μου.
Έφερασε σε ξένη χώρα και παντρέψε σε με έναν αμπάλατο.
Άσπρησαν πολύ.
Μια χαρά είναι τα μαλλιά σου.
Γεια σου, γιαγιά.
Εγώ ξέρεις πόσες φορές παρακάλεσα το Θεό να πεθάνει ο δικός μου. Ξέρεις πόσο χαίρομαι άμα ακούω ότι οι άντρες τους πεθανίσκουν.
Στην αρχή τον δικαιολογούσα. Πέρασε πολλά όταν ήταν μικρός.
Και εσύ πέρασες πολλά.
ελευθερία.
Στην ελπίδα. Ασπρομπάτο.
Need a drink after this film. This is what we've been telling with Tonia. Ladies and gentlemen, Tόνια Μισαλή. Can we lower the volume, please? Yeah, lower. Okay. It cut short, sorry. So it's a real pleasure to have you with us tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And many congratulations for the film. I know it's been a really long process. And many congratulations for the 65, not 35 film festivals, international film festivals that has traveled so far, and the many awards that it has won internationally. So how was this experience for you? The creative experience and also the exhibition and distribution experience of the film. I mean, what was the reception by the audience and the critics? Because I know that even Hollywood critics have written about your film, and here in London. So tell us.
Thank you. Well, it was a long process. We started maybe in 2016, I think, when we first wrote the script. And then we shot, no, it was 2015. Anyway, we shot in 2017, and we finished the film in 2018, when it premiered. And then for the last year, it's been traveling to a lot of places, and I was traveling a lot with it, which was nice, tiring, but nice. And the reception was very good. What I really liked and was a surprise to me also was the reception, the good reception of the film from the male population. Because when I was developing the film, I had a lot of comments from producers that, you know, your target audience is females over 35 years of age. Okay, so I believed them. But it wasn't like that, which is great. Yeah.
Do you have any audience questions? Yes, can you have the microphone, please, so that everyone can hear the question? Here at the front, please.
The character of Elfida, the actress, did you have that actress in mind particularly when you developed the script, or did you cast and look for a particular actress who could work with that script? Because there seemed to be a strong affinity between the actress and what she was delivering, and just thought whether you had a personal connection with her when you wrote it.
Thank you. Actually, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I don't know if it's quite working. I'll get a little bit closer. I just asked the question whether the director knew the actress already and wrote the script with that particular actress in mind, or whether it was a search for that actress who had an affinity with the script. It seemed like the actress that she'd found already had a strong feeling for the script already, so I felt that it might have been written about her or with her in mind.
Actually, it wasn't. I knew of her because she's the best actress we have in Cyprus. She's Greek, actually, but she's been living in Cyprus for the past 20 years. She's married to a Cypriot, so she can speak Cypriot as well as Greek, even though she speaks Greek here. But besides that...
and she's a very good singer as well.
She's an amazing singer.
Even though she pretended not to be able to sing.
Yeah. Initially, I had a more, let's say, another kind of the look of the woman wasn't so skinny, wasn't so beautiful, because she's, you know, she has this greatness about her, this actress, you know. But because I was looking after, you know, when I was casting, I was looking, I was talking to actresses, and I didn't find the one I wanted. And I knew that she would do it great. And then I thought, okay, that's it, you know, I'm going to her. And also the other reason I was thinking of not to talk to her about it was because she was Greek, and I wanted it to be unique in the sense of she speaks Cypriot. But then I changed it in the script that she's Greek and she got married to a Cypriot many years ago, which this is quite real as well, so yeah. And she's the film, really. She, you know, it wouldn't be this film if it wasn't for her, so I'm very glad I chose her. Yeah.
You needed somebody very strong for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, the gentleman with the blue shirt.
Thank you, Tonya, for a wonderfully endearing movie. You have a wonderful eye for the aesthetics and a terrible mind for events. But I have a lot of messages that I've taken that I can see maybe a slither of society in Cyprus and that part of the world in general. But what is the main move? How would you most like this film to move the audience in a way that maybe that trapped in a certain lifestyle doesn't seem to be an obvious way out from this film, unless the protagonist dies? I mean, both the main character and her neighbor basically are only freed when their entrapment dies, which is maybe not the main message. I don't know, what is it that is the main thing you'd like to change by making this film?
Okay. Do you want to add something to the question? Okay. Well, it's a cautionary tale, of course.
It should be accompanied with a warning sign. Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's the message is, you know, if you're trapped in such a situation, whoever you are, you know, it could be anybody, just try to find the courage to stand up for your, you know, your rights and do your own revolution. Don't let yourself, you know, don't destroy yourself this way. And, you know, I mean, of course, you know, there's jokes in the film that, you know, I wish my husband would die because then I will be free. But of course, you know, it's not something we want, you know, to happen. You know, this is, as we were talking about before, it's symbolism, you know. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, I guess in a way.
Thank you. Okay.
Tonya, can you reflect a little bit about the location and the choice of this particular location, wherever it is in Cyprus? And then a second question around which of the directors in the past have been an influence on you? And I'm kind of reflecting on our experience together, maybe, so I'm not going to guide you into your answer.
Well, I know what you're thinking. We were studying together with Ron at university. So, okay, where was this? This is in Nicosia, this place. It's a building in Nicosia. A friend owned the flat on the ground floor. And I saw the building and I thought, this is amazing for the film. And then I asked, you know, is there an empty apartment, maybe on another floor? And they said, actually, yes. You know, on the third floor, there's an empty apartment, which is on for rent. So we asked the guy who owned it. You know, we agreed. And then the apartment next to that one was actually free as well, which was very convenient in terms of production, because we used the other apartment for, we were eating there and we had the equipment, everything, yeah? And then we used my friend's apartment on the ground floor for production office, so it was amazing. And the other question was the directors, maybe Almodovar, you're talking about Almodovar? Well, at least the character that the friend is definitely an Almodovar character for me. I don't know if you saw it, but yes.
Thank you.
Yes, we have the lady. Yeah, okay.
Hey, Tanya, thank you so much for sharing your creation. I really enjoyed it. I kind of wanted to go back to the conversation about the message. And of course, with a movie like this, we'll all interpret and take something different and interpret it differently. But back to the conversation about the message of don't allow yourself to be in a situation like this, it doesn't seem that that's always a viable option. And it actually wasn't a viable option for the character in the movie. So for me, the message I thought would have been more about the husband who is morally responsible for some of his actions and some of his indifference, but also the responsibility of a social system that leads people to situations like these. So I'm wondering if you have a further comment on that.
Well, also, of course, yes. But I chose to show this film from the woman's perspective. So somebody might say, you know, things were not like that from his perspective. You know, that's how she saw some things. So I'm not saying that he was an angel, of course not, but sometimes, you know, you find yourself in situations that you think there's no way out, but if you change your, you know, your mindset and the way you think and the way you maybe perceive yourself, because there's also a confidence issue with her, so, you know, if you will find it, I think, so. You know.
And it's very important, it's what the lady said, that actually each person might interpret the film in their own way and based on their own experience, but it's always very enlightening to hear what the director had in mind when writing the script, when shooting the film, in the post-production, which choices you make in the editing suite. And in my opinion, this is a film that has very pervasive authorial signature. I mean, you can tell that you had to make decisions. You had to make decisions how to shoot the film. You had to make decisions when it comes to lighting, to color, to editing. What to, have you left lots of things out? It's always a question that I have in mind because I'm doing some editing sometimes and it's hard.
Well, I actually, I have to say that we have a member of the crew here, Nicola Stylianou. He lives in London, and he came here to see the film. Here he is. He was second assistant camera, so he will know how much we cut.
Okay.
Yeah, quite a lot, actually. It was, the first cut was 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And this is 1 hour and 30 minutes without the credits. So we cut an hour. Of course, I tended to leave a lot of tail, we call it, like at the end of the film, you know, leave the character there and shoot for a long time just to have safety when you edit, and at the beginning as well. But I had, you know, it was my first film, you know. you don't know, I'm not that experienced to know how much to shoot, but I did cut a lot, yeah.
But it worked perfectly, I think. Yes, there's a question at the back, please.
Thank you very much indeed for that presentation. It was very moving.
Thank you.
I have a socio-legal question really to ask, and it is this. I don't know what the law in Cyprus is as regards divorce and the effect of mental and physical cruelty such as that depicted by you in the film. But would you say that your film is capable of leading to some reform, if you think it is needed in Cyprus, as to the treatment of, in this case, a woman who has been so cruelly treated by her husband? Do you think that the lawyers dealing with family matters in Cyprus would benefit from seeing your film?
I don't know. I've never thought about it, but thank you. I don't know. I mean,
It's a social welfare system that takes care of these kind of abuses, domestic abuses, and yes, there is a list of laws that are there to protect the victims, but I think the greatest question is when and how do they find the courage to actually report it?
Actually, there is a hotline for abused people, not women, just everyone.
Yes.
And I think that actually Nicolas's dad told me, who was doing an advertisement for them, that the telephone calls are like maybe 100, 200 a day in Cyprus, and not just from women. So that's very interesting. I don't know if it would change, the lawyers' opinion of how they see things, but I think, it would at least make people think, especially in Cyprus, because, society is, not like this, but, there's elements of it in it. Yeah, for sure.
And one last question, please. If we are still there, yes, let's take the question. And one last question at the front, and then we carry on. Yes.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for that presentation. I don't know if it was intentional, but the way you filmed it gave an extraordinary sense of claustrophobia in this woman's life, both physically and mentally, which was really overpowering. It was sad that the only way out for her was the death of her husband. But going to what my friend said earlier about Cyprus, have you shown it in Cyprus? And if so, what's the reaction? Definitely needs to be seen.
Yeah, we showed it at the festival in last April, and I had some reactions. When you see yourself in a film, you don't like it, right? So I guess you have some reactions. In general, I had very, very positive reactions, and I had some negative ones as well. People opposed to some things in the film, but we're opening in cinemas in October, so I'll find out more, then. Yeah.
So if you have friends in Cyprus, invite them to watch the film. It will be theatrically released on the 26th of October.
24th of October.
24th of October in all the towns?
In all cities, in all cinemas. So it's simultaneous
nationwide.
Release. Yes.
Oh, that's great. And one last question at the front, please.
Actually, it's very similar to our living.
Okay.
I was wondering if it created a dialogue, if it was shown in Cyprus, and if that was part of your motivation for actually doing the film, to maybe get people talking and to not be afraid to come forward.
No. Unfortunately, people didn't come forward. They didn't want to open a dialogue. So that also says something, So maybe we should find a way to maybe do a screening with a society about...
or an NGO or...
something, yeah, maybe.
To make it as part of a workshop or something like that, to create awareness and talk about violence and...
Yeah.
Great. Thank you for the ideas. Thank you very much, Tonia. Thank you for the great film.
Έχουμε μαζί μας την κυρία Τόνια Μισαλή, σκηνοθέτητα της ταινίας. Πέστε μας λίγα λόγια για την ταινία.
Η ταινία «Παύση» είναι για μια γυναίκα καταπιεσμένη, η οποία δεν έχει τη δύναμη να φύγει από το γάμο που ζει και ξεφεύγει μέσω της φαντασίας της. Και μετά η φαντασία με την πραγματικότητα αρχίζουν και συγχέονται.
Πώς έφτασε εδώ στο Λονδίνο η ταινία?
Η ταινία ταξίδεψε σε αρκετές χώρες του κόσμου. Είχε παίξει στην Αγγλία πέρσι έτσι καιρό στο Leeds, στο φεστιβάλ του Leeds. Και εδώ τώρα στο Λονδίνο είναι μέρος του Cyprus Cinema Series που διοργανώνεται από το Cyprus High Commission. Και είναι επιχορηγημένη από το Υπουργείο Παιδείας και Πολιτισμού της Κύπρου και τις πολιτιστικές υπηρεσίες.
Ποια είναι τα σχόλια του κόσμου και διάφορων κριτικών για την ταινία? Τι είναι αυτό που έχει κρατήσει?
Θεωρώ ότι θεωρούν την ταινία ότι έχει ένα είδος τόλμης. Εγώ δεν το βλέπω έτσι, επειδή ήθελα να κάνω μια ταινία που την έβλεπα από τη ματιά της γυναίκας. Άρα αυτό τα άτομα που καταλαβαίνουν από κινηματογράφο το βλέπουν ως τόλμη, επειδή μέχρι τώρα βλέπαμε τις ταινίες πώς τις βλέπουν οι άντρες. Άρα εγώ ένιωσα ότι αυτό ήθελα να κάνω και το έκανα χωρίς να προσπαθήσω να κάνω κάτι διαφορετικό.
Άρα το σενάριο είναι από εμπειρίες σας?
Ναι, θα το έλεγα. Όχι πολύ προσωπικές εμπειρίες, αλλά από την άποψη ότι είναι προσωπικές με το πώς παρακολουθούσα γύρω μου, τις γυναίκες γύρω μου, στην οικογένειά μου, φίλους, τις καταστάσεις που έβλεπα και είχα το πάθος να μιλήσω για αυτό το πράγμα.
Να μιλήσεις για όλες τις γυναίκες ουσιαστικά. Ωραία. Θα πάει και σε άλλες χώρες η ταινία?
Ναι, ήδη τώρα παίζει στην Αλβανία, θα παίξει στην Κωνσταντινούπολη, θα παίξει στην Αυστραλία, στην Αμερική.
Και όλα αυτά είναι φεστιβάλ, φαντάζομαι, που διοργανώνουν Έλληνες που μένουν σε συγκεκριμένες χώρες?
Όχι μόνο Έλληνες, είναι διεθνή φεστιβάλ. Ναι.
Καλή επιτυχία, λοιπόν.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Έχουμε μαζί μας τον κύριο Μάριο Ψαρά, μορφωτικό σύμβουλο της Ύπατης Αρμοστείας της Κύπρου. Καλησπέρα, Μάριε.
Καλησπέρα. Σας ευχαριστούμε που ήρθατε για ακόμα μια φορά στις εκδηλώσεις που διοργανώνει το πολιτιστικό τμήμα της Κυπριακής Ύπατης Αρμοστείας.
Εμείς ευχαριστούμε. Πες μας λίγα λόγια για το σημερινό event.
Λοιπόν, είναι η τρίτη φορά που διοργανώνουμε το Cyprus Cinema Series. Το Cyprus Cinema Series είναι μια πρωτοβουλία του πολιτιστικού τμήματος της Κυπριακής Ύπατης Αρμοστείας και στόχο έχει ακριβώς να φέρει στο Λονδίνο ταινίες μεγάλου μήκους από Κύπριους σκηνοθέτες. Είναι με μεγάλη μας χαρά που σήμερα φιλοξενούμε την πρώτη Κύπρια γυναίκα σκηνοθέτη με μια πολύ επιτυχημένη ταινία, το «Πώς», την Παύση, η οποία έχει ταξιδεύσει και έχει βραβευθεί σε αρκετά διεθνή φεστιβάλ ανά το παγκόσμιο. Και είναι πολύ μεγάλη χαρά που βλέπουμε ότι έχει και αρκετή απήχηση στο κοινό για Κυριακή βράδυ, που είναι και λίγο περίεργος ο καιρός σήμερα. Ξεκινήσει ο χειμώνας. Και όμως έχουμε μαζέψει πολύ κόσμο και πολύ καλό κόσμο που ανυπομονούν να δουν την ταινία και να κάνουν και ερωτήσεις στη σκηνοθέτη.
Τι άλλα events οργανώνεται σε θέμα πολιτιστικό αυτό το χρόνο?
Έχουμε ξεκινήσει ήδη από τις αρχές του Σεπτεμβρίου το φθινοπορεινό μας πρόγραμμα. Ξεκινήσαμε με ένα συνέδριο στο Πανεπιστήμιο του Westminster, Commonwealth Ties. Ακολούθησε μια έκθεση σχεδίου σε συνεργασία με το Πανεπιστήμιο του Greenwich, όπου 7 Κύπριοι σχεδιαστές συμμετείχαν σε μια ομαδική έκθεση με θέμα Diversity and Inclusivity by Design. Την Παρασκευή που μας πέρασε είχαμε το ειδικό αφιέρωμα στον Κυπριακό Κινηματογράφο στο Encounters Film Festival. Από αύριο ξεκινάμε μια καινούργια έκθεση στην Ύπατη Αρμοστεία, μετά ακολουθεί συναυλία και φυσικά να μην ξεχάσουμε ότι 17 Νοεμβρίου, είστε οι πρώτοι που θα το πούμε για την ακρίβεια, θα έχουμε το 4ο Cyprus Short Film Day, το φεστιβάλ που διοργανώνουμε κάθε χρόνο με ταινίες μικρού μήκους.
Υπέροχα. Πολλά πράγματα, πολλά δημιουργικά πράγματα. Πώς βλέπεις την προσέλευση του κόσμου στα events που διοργανώνεται?
Είναι πάρα πολύ θετική. Είμαι πάρα πολύ χαρούμενος γιατί το έλεγα και πριν στην Τόνια ότι έρχεται συνέχεια, ανανεώνεται ο κόσμος, δεν ανακυκλώνεται, ανανεώνεται ο κόσμος. Έχουμε όλο και καινούργιο κόσμο, περισσότερο κόσμο, νέους ανθρώπους και μέλη της παροικίας, αλλά ταυτόχρονα και το διεθνές κοινό το οποίο ζει στο Λονδίνο. Και είναι πολύ μεγάλη χαρά μας το ότι από τις τόσες εκατοντάδες επιλογές που υπάρχουν από πολιτιστικές διαφορετικές δραστηριότητες εδώ σε αυτήν την πολιτιστική πρωτεύουσα της Ευρώπης, επιλέγουν να έρθουν να μοιραστούν τον κυπριακό πολιτισμό. Και αυτό είναι πολύ αισιόδοξο.
Είναι συγκινητικό αυτό, ναι. Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ και να συνεχίζετε να κάνετε δημιουργικά πράγματα για τον κόσμο της Κύπρου στο Λονδίνο και όχι μόνο.
Ναι, και να συνεχίζετε και εσείς να έρχεστε, γιατί είναι χαρά μας να σας έχουμε.
Ευχαριστούμε.